Hi guys, lots of questions and we've had some emails since we've been away about the homeschooling, how it all works, how we set it up, how we dealt with it before we left. So I thought I'd make a video to give you all of this information. So to start with, we contacted the local authority to check the situation and how you go about doing it. Then we realised it was just a really simple email to the school, letting them know when they're going to be leaving. And that was it really. It was really straightforward. The teachers were really helpful. We had several meetings with them and went through where they need to be at the end of this academic year so we could plan what we were going to be doing with them whilst we were away. So essentially a really straightforward process. When we get back, we'll have to reapply for their spaces again to go back into school when we know roughly when we'll be back. So this is our standard setup for the day. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and we've just had our breakfast. We're just starting our work. We've got Theo sitting with Gary. He's doing some White Rose maths on the laptop. And then I will be sitting with Jasmine doing some reading on her E-Collins. We tend to do around half an hour or an hour. Sometimes we break it down and do half in the morning and then some later on. We've also got the dog with us, who's at our accommodation because he likes to hang out with us. So this is our normal setup. So we're actually working mainly off apps and devices, so we didn't need to carry books to read and lots of materials because we just don't have that space. So everything is pretty much done on a device, on a laptop at the moment. The main resources we are using is White Rose Maths for maths. We're using Spelling Frame for spellings as they would be in his class. We're using E-Collins for all of our reading books. And then we're using Twinkle a lot, which is something that a lot of teachers use. We've got our own account on there and we can pretty much pull lots of different things off there, specific to anything we want really. You can type anything in, get anything for any age group. And that can be to do with spellings, grammar, so many different choices on there. So that's everything we're using. We're sticking with the basics most days. So we're doing reading, we're writing a journal daily of what we're getting up to. We're doing maths and spellings, but we're tending to go with the flow, see what we've got planned for the day and work out what time we've got and what we want to do that day. So some days we're doing less than others, but we're just working it around our schedule. The kids have actually been really adaptable and seem to be working with this really well. We're finding that it's much better if we do the schoolwork in the morning. But some days we're up and out early to do certain things. So some days we are doing it in the afternoon. But we just have to be disciplined to, make sure this happens. History, geography, PE, those things are all coming when we're out and about, when we're going on day trips. For example, yesterday we went for a sunrise kayak. Obviously that can be their PE for the day. So, as long as we hit the basics, then we're happy with that. We obviously want to make sure that the kids don't go back to school behind. So keeping on top of things, pretty much every day, because some days we're doing less, is the way it's kind of working for us. And then the kids get used to the consistency. There's no it's the weekend, because no one's got a clue what day it is anyway, so that doesn't really matter. So I hope this helps. If you're thinking about doing a similar thing, it's really easy, really straightforward. And if you do go ahead and do it, then hopefully your school will be really helpful. I've got a few teacher friends as well, and they're on hand to help me with any issues or problems we might have along the way. Taking our children out of school for world schooling is not something that we've taken lightly. Discussed and talked about this for a long time before we went through with doing it. So it's definitely not a decision that we made easily. Things toyed on my mind for many months before about taking them out, but we came to the conclusion after looking into it in a lot of depth that our children were going to benefit more from the experiences the things they were going to see, the things that we were going to do, and everything around going away, you know, even down to sort of changes in currency and things they can learn along the way. We just felt that was something that was right for us and would help our children massively.